The courtroom was dead silent.
Hmm.
You know, that specific kind of heavy, expensive silence? The kind you only get when hundreds of millions of dollars are on the line.
And careers, whole careers.
But outside those heavy oak doors, the world was absolutely screaming. Paparazzi flashes, TikTok sleuths. Hollywood had its new obsession.
And it wasn't a movie premiere. It was a war.
Exactly. And the catalyst wasn't some corporate scandal. It was a romantic drama, It Ends With Us, that spiraled into a real-life horror story. We are talking a $400 million lawsuit.
$400 million.
A legal battle so toxic it threatened to bankrupt a studio and completely rewrite the rules of celebrity friendships.
But the bombshell wasn't really the money, was it? It was the name. The name dropped right in the middle of all the legal filings, the most powerful name in the entire industry.
Taylor Swift.
She wasn't just listed as a witness, she was described as a weapon.
A dragon. A dragon used to intimidate a director.
Welcome to StarScope Report.
I'm Jordan.
And I'm Jamie. And today, we're doing something a little different. We are going way past the headlines you've been scrolling.
We're unpacking the machinery behind the fame. We're going from the red carpet glitz right down to the gritty, ugly reality of the courtroom floor.
We are diving deep into the It Ends With Us scandal, which, I mean, that title is pretty ironic now because this drama clearly never ends.
Right.
This isn't just about Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni hating each other. It's about how a single text message chain destroyed one of Hollywood's most iconic friendships.
And expose the ruthless strategy behind movie marketing. So here's the question we need to answer today. How did a simple favor, licensing a song for a movie trailer spiral into accusations of extortion, a tiny violin, and a friendship breakup that honestly shocked the world?
Let's get into it.
Okay, so to understand the explosion, we have to look at the bomb. And the bomb here is this lawsuit.
We have to rewind a bit.
Right. Back to the production of It Ends With Us. This is 2023, 2024. You've got Justin Baldoni directing and starring as Ryle, and you have Blake Lively starring as Lily Bloom and also producing.
On paper, that's a dream team. I mean, the sensitive, heartthrob director and the beloved, bubbly A-list actress.
Then in reality,
a total nightmare. By the time the movie premiered in August 2024, the tension was so thick you could cut it with a knife. Baldoni was doing press tours alone.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the cast was basically acting like he didn't exist.
And then the allegations started flying.
Yeah.
And we need to be specific here because these were serious claims. This wasn't just, he was mean to me. Lively accused Baldoni of sexual harassment and creating a hostile work environment.
The complaint detailed, really specific comments about her postpartum weight.
Fat-shaming her on set, essentially.
Yeah, and there were allegations about him lingering too long during a kissing scene and, unwanted, improvised intimacy.
These are career-ending accusations in the post-Me Too era.
Oh, absolutely. If those stick, you're done in this town.
But Baldoni didn't just defend himself. He went on the offensive in a way I don't think anyone saw coming. He filed a countersuit for defamation and extortion, demanding, wait for it,
$400 million.
$400 million.
That number it seems astronomical. How do you even calculate that? Is that just a random scary number they pulled out of thin air?
No, it's actually calculated. It's based on future earning potential. His argument was that Blake Lively, her husband Ryan Reynolds, and their whole team hijacked his film.
Hijacked it.
And orchestrated a smear campaign to permanently ruin his career. So that figure represents not just lost wages on this film, but the total destruction of his entire future as a director. He was basically arguing they were a cartel.
A cartel trying to push him out of his own movie?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. And this is where the dragon enters the room.
This is the part that fascinates me from a legal standpoint. Baldoni's legal team, they had to present evidence that Lively was using her powerful connections to bully him out of creative control.
They needed to prove coercion.
Exactly. And the centerpiece of that evidence was a single text message.
I still cannot believe this text is real. Break it down for us.
Okay. So in the legal filings, Baldoni's team revealed a text where Blake Lively allegedly told him that she has, and this is a quote, a few dragons.
And she's not talking about Game of Thrones.
Not at all. She explicitly refers to Ryan Reynolds and Taylor Swift. She wrote that these dragons protect those I fight for.
I have a few dragons.
I mean,
That is so cinematic for a text message. It sounds like dialogue from a villain in a fantasy
It
novel.
is cinematic, sure, but put yourself in the director's shoes. If you're on the receiving end of that, that is terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
The implication Baldoni's lawyers made was crystal clear. This was a threat. She was telling him, I have the biggest movie star and the biggest pop star in the world in my corner. Do what I say, or my dragons will burn you down.
It's weaponizing influence. It's saying, my social capital is bigger than your legal standing. It is a reminder that in Hollywood, power isn't just what's in your contract.
It's who answers your phone calls.
Exactly.
And they didn't just leave it at text messages. In May of 2025, things escalated from, threatening texts to actual legal action involving Taylor herself.
Baldoni's lawyers subpoenaed Taylor Swift.
This is the moment the war really touched Taylor's personal life, and I want you to just picture this scene because it's completely absurd.
It is.
You have a process server, just a guy doing his job, trespassing at Travis Kelce's home in Kansas City to deliver legal papers to Taylor Swift.
That is a massive escalation. That is crossing the Rubicon.
It's nuclear. Baldoni wasn't just suing Blake. He was actively trying to prove a conspiracy that involved the biggest star on the planet.
He was dragging Taylor into a mess she probably wanted nothing to do with. He was saying, you want to be a dragon? Fine. Come breathe fire under oath.
From a legal strategy perspective, though, it's incredibly bold. He's trying to show this wasn't just some workplace dispute. It was a coordinated attack by a Hollywood cabal.
But calling Taylor Swift a weapon in a lawsuit?
Yeah.
That's just audacious.
Is it, though? I mean, if you really look at the power dynamics, her influence is weapon grade in the industry.
That's true.
One word from her can make or break a project. Her endorsement is worth millions, and her condemnation is worth just as much in losses.
That's a fair point. But, if you think being named in a lawsuit is bad, wait until you hear what Taylor and Blake were saying about Justin in private.
Oh, weeks before the public knew anything.
Exactly. This is where the whole nice girl image really starts to crack.
Coming up, we've got the unsealed text messages that change everything. You won't believe the specific 3-word insult Taylor Swift used to describe the director.
Trust me, you do not want to miss this.
Okay, we are back. Fast forward to January 2026. We are now looking at unsealed court documents. These are private texts between Blake Lively and Taylor Swift from late 2024 and early 2025.
And this is the smoking gun for anyone who was trying to claim Taylor was just some innocent bystander.
The headline here is The Tiny Violin.
Oof. Okay, set the context for that because it sounds so petty, but the implications are huge.
So Baldoni is claiming trauma. He's claiming he's being targeted and harassed by Blake's team.
Right.
And Taylor sends a text to Blake about Baldoni's claims. She writes, I think this bitch knows something is coming because he's gotten out his tiny violin.
This bitch and tiny violin, that is. It's so distinctively Taylor, like from her songwriting, but it's also incredibly harsh given the context.
It's deeply dismissive.
A $400 million legal battle with harassment claims, and she's just like, tiny violin.
It reframes his entire legal complaint as just whining. And Blake's response, she calls Baldoni a clown and a doofus who thinks he's a writer now.
It's that ride or die energy, right? They're just hyping each other up. It's like that locker room talk between best friends where you demonize the enemy.
They are, but when you see it in black and white in a court document, it looks less like supportive friendship and...
More like plotting.
Exactly. It looks like a stratagem session.
And plotting is the key word.
Yeah.
Because publicly, Taylor's team was running a completely different narrative.
Oh, totally. When the subpoena happened, her rep released this scorching statement. They said Taylor never set foot on set, had no creative involvement, and didn't even see the movie until weeks after it came out.
Which sounds great. It's plausible deniability. I just licensed the song, leave me alone.
Yeah.
It's the standard celebrity defense.
You distance yourself from the blast radius.
But the texts tell a completely different story. In one exchange, Taylor isn't just listening. She is actively advising Blake on how to handle the trailer strategy.
Right. Swift texts Blake, and she says, if Justin was strategic, he would be like, no Taylor Swift in the trailer because that gives you more power of the film. That's your ally, not his.
Stop there for a second. Let's unpack that. She is coaching her on power dynamics. She's explicitly pointing out that her involvement, her music, gives Blake leverage over the director.
That is creative involvement by definition, isn't it? She is advising on how to weaponize the soundtrack rights to diminish the director's control.
It's strategic involvement. It's business consulting. And here's the kicker that just blows the whole I wasn't involved defense right out of the water.
The casting.
The casting.
Oh, this is fascinating. This wasn't in any of the initial press releases.
No. Justin Baldoni himself, in this resurfaced interview, admitted that he showed the audition tape for the role of young Lily Bloom, played by Isabella Ferrer, to both Blake and Taylor.
Wait. He showed the audition tape to Taylor Swift? Why? She's not a producer. She's not the casting director.
Because her opinion matters that much.
Yeah.
Because she's the dragon. And he said they both yelled, "Yes, her."
Taylor Swift helped cast the lead character's younger self.
So much for never set foot on set, never made any notes.
Exactly. It just shows that the squad wasn't just for parties and Instagram photos. It was a business unit.
They were making decisions together.
Mm.
They were shaping the product.
And that contrast is just staggering. You have the public statement saying, I'm just a songwriter who licensed a track, and the private reality of, I'm helping you cast the movie and advising you on how to wrestle control from the director.
It's the disparity that gets me. Look at the text again. Swift tells Blake, "I'll do anything for you." It's total loyalty, absolute devotion.
Which makes what happens next so incredibly confusing. They were plotting together, they were insulting the doofus director together, they were in the trenches.
Why just a few months later are they refusing to speak to each other?
That's the mystery.
And if you want to know which other Hollywood friendships are fake and which are falling apart, you should probably hit that subscribe button. We're tracking the drama so you don't have to.
Seriously, subscribe. You don't want to miss what's coming next. But back to the fallout. We're in January 2026. The lawsuit, that big $400 million one, was dismissed back in June 2025.
Right.
So Lively technically won the legal battle.
But she lost the war. Because the headlines aren't about her victory. They're all about the end of the squad.
Reports are confirming the friendship is halted, and the reasons why are, well, they're messy.
From Taylor's perspective, sources are saying she feels used.
Used. After texting, "I'll do anything for you," that seems contradictory. You can't offer to hide the body and then get mad when you're asked to grab a shovel.
That's a vivid way to put it.
Yeah.
But I think that's the thing about unconditional support. It actually has conditions.
Apparently.
Taylor reportedly felt betrayed by being dragged into the messy legal fight. She felt like her name was used for clout to win a PR war. And when that subpoena hit, when the police were at Travis Kelce's house, that was just too far.
I can see that. It's one thing to vent over texts. It's a whole other thing to have your name cited as a dragon in a federal extortion filing.
It exposes Taylor to liability. It
Exactly.
exposes her brand to a type of grime she usually avoids.
Exactly. Taylor Swift is so careful about her brand. Being a co-conspirator in an alleged extortion plot, that is way off brand.
And apparently, Taylor felt that Blake's texts started to change. There's this one quote from a source saying Taylor felt Blake's messages became impersonal, like a mass corporate email, and she missed her normal speaking friend.
That's brutal. Mass corporate email. It implies Blake was communicating for her lawyers, not for the friendship. Like, she was just creating a paper trail.
That's my read on it, too.
Yeah.
She went into legal survival mode, and the friendship became collateral damage. And from Blake's side, she's not exactly begging for forgiveness.
No.
When Taylor got engaged to Travis Kelce, probably the biggest pop culture moment of the decade, Blake was silent.
No Instagram post, no story, no congrats.
Nothing. Radio silence. And an insider source told the Daily Mail, Blake has bigger fish to fry.
Ouch. Bigger fish to fry than your best friend's engagement.
I mean, she's still dealing with the legal fallout, the reputational damage. She probably feels abandoned. She's thinking, you said you'd do anything for me, but when it got real, when the subpoena hit, you bailed. You protected yourself.
And Taylor didn't just bail quietly. She wrote a song about it.
Oh, we have to talk about Canceled.
This is from her album, The Life of a Showgirl, released October 2025. The track Canceled is, well, it's not subtle.
It is a diss track disguised as an anthem. Let's look at the lyrics. She literally sings about bringing a tiny violin to a knife fight.
That is a direct quote from the text message. He's gotten out his tiny violin.
Verbatim. And then she references poison thorny flowers.
Flowers. As in Lily Bloom, the character Blake played.
Exactly. It's not exactly a hidden code, is it? And she mentions a whiskey sour.
And Blake owns the beverage company called Betty Booze.
It's all there. But how do you read this song? Is it Taylor defending Blake against being canceled, or is it a goodbye letter?
I think it's a critique of the whole mess. I think Taylor is looking at this situation, the knife fight of the lawsuit, and saying, you brought me into this and it was chaotic and toxic. It feels like she's saying, I brought a violin to a knife fight because I didn't realize we were trying to kill him.
See, I think it's more of a tragic sign-off. I think it's Taylor saying, we fought this war, but we lost ourselves in the process. It feels like she's washing her hands of the poison thorny flowers. She's pruning the garden.
The irony is just so rich. They bonded over fighting the villain, Baldoni, and the fight ended up destroying their alliance. The $400 million suit is gone, but the social cost was total. The squad is dead.
It's sad, honestly. We used to see them baking cakes and going to football games. Now, silence on engagement day. That's the real loss here.
We've covered the lawsuit and the breakup, but there's one final twist about who actually won this war.
And that's what we're left with, the rubble.
So let's summarize the battlefield. Justin Baldoni's defamation suit was dismissed. The judge ruled that Lively's complaints to the Civil Rights Department were privileged.
Which means because she filed official complaints, she couldn't be sued for defamation for making them.
Right, so legally, Blake Lively won.
But Baldoni's goal might not have been a legal win, it might have been a reputational one. By dragging those texts into the light, by subpoenaing Taylor, he exposed the machinery. He showed the world that the whole girl power narrative was, at least in part, a calculated strategy to bulldoze him.
He pulled back the curtain, he showed us the dragons, and in doing so, he severed the connection between Blake and her biggest protector.
Blake Lively won the court case, but she lost the dragon.
And Taylor. She walks away with a hit song and another lesson learned about lending her name to other people's fights. She's impenetrable.
Always.
So here's the question we want to leave you with today. We live in a world where friendship is weaponized for movie marketing. We saw it with the Super Bowl, we saw it with the premiere, but when the credits roll and the lawsuits drop, was the friendship ever real?
Or was it just another PR strategy that finally ran out of runway?
That's the question that's going to keep me up at night.
You've been listening to StarScope Report, where Jamie and Jordan uncover the stories shaping Hollywood, music, and pop culture.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that keep the stars shining.